With somewhere around 500 prophecies remaining to be fulfilled regarding the last days, we ought to be able to identify trends in the world that are to be expected in light of those prophecies. We're not saying these are the fulfillment, just what you'd expect. Whatever the dreaded mark of the beast turns out to be, it's going to involve total authoritarian control over the lives of those who receive it. The folks in the future Great Tribulation who refuse to take the Antichrist mark, they'll be cut off from buying or selling anything. They won't be able to participate in society in any way. You won't even be able to fall off the grid. I mean, you're just going to be persona non grata, as it were. And so you'd expect movement towards that kind of control to be happening little by little, because it's not going to happen overnight. I've reported in previous updates about the social credit system already in effect in China. A recent article summarized it this way. China's social credit system operates on a point system. If you're a law-abiding citizen who pays your dues in a timely manner, the government rewards you with welfare benefits, low interest rates on loans, and other things. But criminals, delinquents, and those who are default on debts, as well as those indicted for bad behavior when traveling overseas, will have lower social credit rankings and be marked as having delisted status. Discredited Chinese citizens face even greater scrutiny from the public. They meet tougher challenges when applying for new credit cards, getting bank loans, and in more severe cases, may be blocked from buying airline or train tickets until they repay their outstanding debts and fines. Before we decry China, the article points out the following. Similar social credit systems have already been enforced in many other countries around the world. Examples include the US-based FICO credit system. Japan enforces strict health requirements for its national health insurance, such as requiring people to see a dietitian and counselor if their waistline exceeds certain limits. French President Macron has also called for a new, sometimes things are funnier left alone, also called for a new law to ban political extremists for life on social media accounts. Sweden, as we've reported before, has taken it to new levels with a rice grain-sized microchip that can be implanted under the skin to replace the need for keys, credit cards, and train tickets. Now, these things, they're not the mark of the beast. They are precursors of what the Bible predicted would happen in the Great Tribulation, when no amount of imagination could have postulated such an authoritarian government and economy. I mean, you know, if there was such a thing as science fiction in the first century, this could not have even been predicted or thought about, that the whole world would be electronically connected and that there would be a one world leader, and that if you didn't participate, you would be cut off from society. So as believers, we expect that Jesus could return at any moment. We're not going to be a part of the Great Tribulation. We see these trends, but we're not going to be in the tribulation when they hit. Jesus promised he'd return to rapture his church, which entails the resurrection of the dead in Christ of the church age, and then the translation from earth to heaven of all living believers. And so when we talk about the rapture, it's in, I hate to say in two stages because it happens pretty much all at once, but the dead in Christ are raised first, then we which are alive and remain are caught up in the sky to be forever with the Lord. It's presented in the Bible as an imminent, any moment event. It's imminent but unpredictable, and so we still plan for the future, and we serve the Lord, and we preach the gospel and those kinds of things, but we expect that any moment the Lord is going to come. And so the question always is, are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.